welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I just want to take a minute to welcome you because I know that so many new subscribers have been joining my channel lately, and I'm really excited to have you here. Today, my background is a little bit too sunny and I apologize for that. I'm in Athens, Greece. It is absolutely beautiful here. It's probably about 75 degrees outside. The weather could not be more perfect. And honestly, Athens is one of my favorite locations that we visited on our trip so far. We are leaving first thing tomorrow morning after having been here for a week, and I'm kind of sad to go. And so I'm sorry that my background is a little too bright, but I'm really excited to share this gorgeous location with you guys. In the past few months, I've made a few videos on my channel about jobs that you can do working from home or ways to make money from home, and it seems like you guys really like those videos. They've been really popular, they've gotten a lot of views and a lot of likes and a lot of comments. But something that it seems like is a common question that people have is, how do you get these jobs that you can work from home? In these videos, I talk about jobs like being a web designer or being a photographer or being a graphic designer or an online business manager. People leave comments on these videos and they're telling me, I would love to be a book editor, I would love to be an online business manager, but how do I get this job? And I've certainly also gotten a few comments from people who said, you can't do this working from home, you have to get a degree in order to do this. And while you certainly can get a degree for many of these jobs, and I'm all for education, and I think it's really important that you are well educated and skilled for whatever field you decide to go into, whether you're working from home or you're working in an office, you need to know how to do the thing that you are getting paid to do, of course. And so that might mean you go to college, that might mean you take online courses. You need to be well educated, you need to be skilled, you need to get some experience under your belt. But in this video, I just wanted to chat with you about how you get these jobs working from home and how it's different from getting an office job, just so that you have a different perspective, and so that if you're interested in pursuing one of these careers that give you location independence and allow you to be your own boss, then you have the knowledge and the skills that you need in order to figure out how to pursue that and how to make that a reality for yourself. So first, let's just talk about the three kind of main scenarios in which people have jobs. The first one is kind of what everyone thinks of when they think of a job, and that is to have some sort of office job working for some sort of corporation or other type of business. And so in this sort of situation, you have one boss or one manager, you apply for the job, you give them your resume, and then they hire you, and you normally only have that one job and it's your full-time job. And so I think that when people comment on videos about how to work from home or jobs you can have working from home and they ask, how do I get this job? If you wonder how to get the job, maybe you're assuming that that's how this process works, that you need to apply somewhere to get the job. Okay, and then the second scenario is really similar. Again, you have one job, you're working for a boss, you're working for a company of some sort, but this time you have some sort of work from home agreement where it's been agreed that you can work out of your home office or you can work from abroad. So you get to work from your laptop and work on your cell phone, but you're still working basically a corporate job for a boss. And while those types of jobs can have lots of great benefits, including good pay and stability and regular benefits, as we usually use that term, as well as the opportunity to work from home, there is also a third opportunity, a third alternative that isn't what most people think of when they think of a job, and that is to work for yourself. And this technically means that you are starting a business, although that doesn't necessarily mean that you have employees or that you have any sort of corporate structure, but you can start a business as a freelancer and you can work for yourself and you can work with clients. Now, if you're interested in working from home, you can certainly look into corporate job opportunities that allow you to work from home or be location independent. But if you do that, you will need quite a lot of experience, and it is very possible that you might need a college degree. Now, if you want to pursue that, it certainly is a viable option, but you do need to weigh the pros and the cons. Maybe you need to get that degree, which could cost a lot of money and or a lot of time, and then you need to apply apply to different companies, and you'll probably get rejected a number of times, especially if you're starting out and you don't have any experience yet. You might need to start with a job that isn't your dream job and that you don't really enjoy, and slowly work your way up the corporate ladder as you get more experience and just as you work your way through company politics. The alternative is to work for yourself as a freelancer and to work with several clients. Now, for most of the jobs that I normally talk about in these work from home videos, the types of clients that you would be working with would be small businesses. This might mean that you are taking photographs of products for small businesses. It might mean that you're designing websites for small businesses. You might be designing graphics, or you might be providing writing or copywriting services, or you might be providing book editing services for a self-published author, which in a sense is another type of small business. So if you're interested in getting started working from home, the first thing that you need to do, of course, is decide exactly what type of work that you want to do. And if you want ideas for different jobs that you could have, I'd suggest that you watch one of these other videos that I'm referencing that I've made. I made one recently about 12 of the highest paying jobs you can do from home, and then just a couple weeks ago I made one about 7 of the very easiest jobs that anyone can do working from home. The next step, of course, is to get the education that you need, acquire the skills you need, and start building up your experience in that field. Now, this process takes different amounts of time depending on what field you're going into. There's plenty of jobs that you can study the skills you need over a period of just a few months and be able to provide really valuable services to other people and other businesses. But some jobs do require a few years in order to learn the skills and get the experience that you need. After you have the skills and experience, the next step, of course, is to actually set yourself up as a freelancer or as a small business. This does involve a number of steps, and I have 2 different resources that you can check out for getting set up. The first one is a video that I made a few months ago called How to Start an Online Business in 1 Week. And then if you want a bit more detail, I have a free ebook called Online Business Quickstart Guide that you can download for free on my website. So I'll leave a link to that down below if you really want a step-by-step detailed guide to the entire process. Now, if you want to start making money from home, the final step is probably going to be the most challenging and take you the longest amount of time and is in many ways the most important, and that is to figure out how to get clients. If you have a good system and a good strategy for getting clients, it really doesn't have to be that difficult to continually acquire clients, and I and many of my peers don't really struggle with this anymore, but it was really hard for me for a long time, and I know that some people find it so hard to get clients simply because they're going about it the wrong way, basically, that they decide to quit being a freelancer and go get a corporate job. So there's 3 different ways that I work with my clients to help them get clients for their own businesses. The first way is the very most direct, and honestly, it's what normally gets the best results, especially when you're first starting out. And that is simply to use a freelancer website, such as freelancer.com or upwork.com. These are websites that help connect freelancers with people who want to hire freelancers, and there are dozens of these websites. So I'll leave links to several of these different sites down below, but basically these sites just provide listings from people who want to hire freelancers and then profiles for freelancers themselves. So businesses that are looking to get work done go on there and they look through the profiles of freelancers and look for someone to hire. And freelancers who are looking for work go on these websites and they look through the listings for jobs and they can apply for these jobs. Now, most of these jobs are shorter term gigs, like maybe it's editing 1 book or editing 1 video, putting together 1 website, or managing 1 project. But the thing is that normally when a business needs 1 thing done, they often have a lot more work of the same type, and they are just looking for someone to help them out with a specific project, but there's lots more work coming down the pipeline. This certainly isn't always the case, but as you bid on these jobs on the freelancer websites and you get them, you will occasionally get these jobs that bring in more work from the same company. And over time, as this happens, you'll build up a bigger and bigger roster of ongoing clients so that you will need to acquire new clients less and less frequently, which also can really help you develop a more stable income from being a freelancer. Now, this reminds me of something amazing that I really want to mention to you, and that's simply that it's often regarded to be much less stable to be a freelancer, or much less reliable or dependable to be a freelancer than to have a corporate job. And people say that they want to get a corporate job for the stability or the security, but the reality is that when you have a corporate job, you are working for basically one client. Whether you're an employee or a subcontractor, you just have one big client. And at any time, you could be let go. You could be fired, you could be laid off. There's a lot of different situations that could arise that would make it so you suddenly had zero income. On the other hand, if you're working as a freelancer, if you're being your own boss and you're working with multiple clients, your income is actually much more stable. It can require more work initially to find these clients, and it's definitely an ongoing process, but when you're working with 5 or 10 or more different clients, your income is actually much more stable, because even if one day one of your clients ups and leaves or fires you or something goes wrong, you still have several other clients that are bringing in income into your business and into your life. So that's just kind of an aside, just food for thought. If you're considering jumping into the world of freelance, but you're not sure if it's secure enough, keep that in mind. Okay, so moving on to the second way that I help my clients get clients for their own businesses, and this is probably my least favorite way to get clients, but it certainly has its place. So the second way to get clients is basically cold calling, which if you don't know what that is, it just means you're calling businesses or people that don't already know you, and you're just asking them, hey, do you want to hire me? Or you're pitching your service to them. Now, in the regular sense or the normal way people do this, it's not very effective and it's very unpleasant. So I wouldn't recommend the regular way of cold calling where you're just calling random strangers and trying to sell them something. That's not fun for anyone. But I have a twist on it that makes it a lot more effective and a lot more pleasant. And that is to seek out specific target clients or target customers. So find businesses that you're really interested in working with. For example, if you're a video editor, you look for people who are editing their own videos currently, like maybe mid-sized YouTube channels, and then you get in contact with them and you tell them, hey, I really like your work, I love what you're doing, and then you ask them, is there any chance you're hiring? Now, this is just a much better way to approach the issue. Rather than trying to sell your services, you just ask them, are you hiring? Because most small business owners will actually feel very flattered if someone asks them if they are hiring, because it makes them feel recognized. So whatever type of service you are going to provide or you are providing, you need to start doing research about your target customers. Social media provides some amazing opportunities to do this, looking on YouTube, looking on Instagram, on Facebook, maybe on LinkedIn, and really kind of stalking these companies, finding out what they're doing, learning more about them, and finding companies that you're really interested in working with. So rather than just doing the scattershot where you're just contacting every company of a specific type and trying to pitch your services, this way you're actually seeking out very specific companies. You can tell them what you like about what they're doing, and then you can offer your services in a really friendly, conversational way. Okay, and then the third and final way that you can get clients for your online business as a freelancer is to network and get clients through word of mouth. There's plenty of different ways you can network, but one of the most popular these days, probably because it's the very easiest, is to network on social media. I especially love Facebook groups for this because there are Facebook groups for every niche and every industry under the sun, so you can find a Facebook group full of business owners for the specific industry or the specific type of business that you want to work with. Once you find the group, all you have to do is join it, and then you can jump in on the conversation. Now, this is more of a long game type strategy because you're not going to immediately get clients from it like you would if you were pitching businesses that are looking to hire right now on a freelancer website. However, if you're willing to commit for a little while, being in these Facebook groups and networking, whether online or off, is a great learning opportunity because you can participate in a conversation with your potential clients. You can find out what their questions are, what their concerns are, what exactly they're looking for. You can also provide free help and free assistance to them by answering their questions, which can really help to put you in a good light in their eyes and earn you work in the future. Alright, so just to recap, the 3 ways that you can get clients as a freelancer is first to use freelancer websites that connect businesses that are looking to hire freelancers with freelancers who are looking for work. And like I said, I'll link several of those websites down below so that you can find them. The second way is basically to cold call, although like I said, I don't recommend the typical approach to cold calling. You need to do research-based cold calling and cold call in a very friendly way. And then the third way is to network on social media. Alright, so I really hope that this video maybe cleared up some of the myths surrounding working from home and making money online, and also helped to answer some of your questions about how to get a job that you can do from home. Like I said, I have a couple free resources that can really help you out. The one I'd recommend the most is my free online business Quickstart guide. I'll leave a link to that one down below so that you guys can find it and check it out. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up button to let me know, and if you haven't already, consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I make 2 videos every single week about intentional living, entrepreneurship, and success, and I'd love to have you join me for the next one. Thank you again so much for being here. My name is Gillian Perkins, and I hope to see you again in my next video.